Thanks for staying on with us. Good to have you back. Let's connect then with the management of BB Corp to talk a little bit about their numbers. It's been a stellar growth that they have reported in Q2. Let's find out the road ahead, and we've got Mr. Girish Agarwaal. He's the promoter director, Dainik Bhaskar newspaper group. Good to have you on board. Thank you so much, Mr. Agarwal, for taking time out and joining in. Avan this side. Let's begin by talking about your revenues because they've been healthy, led by the print advertising revenue, which has grown nearly 13% on year. Are you confident that this traction will continue?
I think looking at the market scenario, especially in our markets of MP, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, I think the local trends are showing very positive signs, and especially the category like real estate, automobile, FMCG, education, jewelry. So we are confident that this should continue.
The only problem, I guess, is raw material costs, right? While they declined, of course, with a fall in newsprint prices as well and did boost your EBITDA growth. But does it seem like that's going to remain, on the downtake going forward as well? What is your outlook on how newsprint prices are going to pan out?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm happy to inform you that from 63,000 rupees last year, we are down to 51,000 rupees almost. And we believe going forward, this should either stay or go down by another 2-3% furthermore.
Great. So you'll be comfortable on your margins, I'm guessing, and you will manage to even perhaps up that 25.9% mark?
We believe so. We believe so because the current 26-28% margin what we have, and with the newsprint prices being in control and the advertising moving up, so I think in this range, anything from 25 to 28% is a comfortable range.
Good to know. Now, radio business advertising, that has also seen an increase, Mr. Agarwal. Can we see the radio business continue to post an acceleration in growth? In particular, you've got the state elections, followed by general elections, etc.
So, radio in H1 has grown by 10%. And we have I'm sure you must know about it, we have the highest EBITDA margin in the country for any radio company as such. So we believe that we're looking at the ground. In fact, again, I'm talking about based on the overall economy growth. Because, advertising happens when the economy grows and the companies sell more, people buy more. So based on that, looking at the trends, we are very confident that things are looking positive. And especially we have the Lok Sabha election coming in next year, May. So the momentum should continue.
But your circulation revenue, which is at a 21% share of on the consolidated balance sheet, that was up 4% year on year and 1% sequentially. What's the outlook here?
See, in circulation, we don't intend to increase any further rates. So I don't see any great numbers coming in there. But we are trying our best. We are at around 42 lakh copies now. We are wanting that this 42 should go to at least 45 lakh copies. So we may have some growth based on that.
But the interesting thing is, one really sort of observed this, it stood out, that your digital business hasn't quite fired the way it should have. I mean, most media houses are now looking at digital being the future. You've actually seen a decline. What is it that you think is the reason, and how do you plan to scale up your digital business?
I think we are doing a lot of work on digital, and that's the reason our app has around 13-14 million monthly users on that. And our focus is equal on app as well as on the print side also. So we are not a digital first company as such, to be very honest. We are focusing on print, and digital is also happening. So the due focus is also being given there. And I'm sure in a couple of years now, you will see the results there also.
Okay, fair enough. What about your ad revenue growth? I know you did touch upon it slightly, but given that you have sectors, for example, like health or education, real estate, they continue to use print as their preferred medium. Is that where you're seeing traction? Has FMCG in comparison been a little bit soft? What are the trends like? What is your outlook as to what you could potentially clock in for your ad revenue growth?
See, the large chunk of advertising comes to us from the real estate, education, jewelry, healthcare and all that. And they all continue to do good. So we are hoping, and especially you must have noticed in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, because of the election, state government gave a lot of benefits to the people in these states. And that disposable income got increased for the people. So I'm sure they're going to spend that again in the market, and advertisers will get the advantage of it and advertise more with us.
Should hope. So give us a sense then, projections on your ad revenue growth trajectory?
We are working hard on that. I don't want to give out any numbers. Working hard on that, and our team is very confident that we should deliver.
Okay, we'll leave it at that diplomatic answer, but let's move right on and talk about the outlook on gross margins, because they've also improved very sharply from that 61.9%, which has been the average in the last 6 quarters. It's scaled up to nearly 68.7% in Q2. Would you attribute this largely to newsprint prices correcting sharply? What's the outlook on your gross margins?
See, it's a mixed basket of both. If my revenue goes up and the cost comes down, my margins further grow. And I think that's what we're expecting and hoping for the future also, that the revenue will continue to grow and the newsprint prices will continue remaining soft. Even if they stay at 51,000, I'm comfortable in that also.
Okay, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining in and giving us a sense as to how business is shaping up at DB Corp and what the outlook is. That's the word coming in from the management. They've acknowledged that, yes, we will see growth going into the coming quarters if newsprint prices remain stable. Margins as well between 25 to 28%. That's the stock price at 297. So let's move right on then. And in a major move towards transparency, SEBI has asked mutual funds to simplify and revamp their scheme information documents. We've got